Hello and welcome back to Gay by Gay.
Hello, you always sing.
I do.
Why?
I don't know, it's just like this weird urge in me. I think it's my demon's way of like concealing itself. It's like maybe if I sound happy, no one will know about the hellscape deep within my
I
soul.
was gonna say something positive. I was gonna say it's your inner Disney princess.
Just because I have red hair doesn't mean I'm Ariel, okay?
Why not?
Go away, I don't like you anymore.
Why? Ugh. Gosh, you call a girl a princess once and she tells you to go the fuck away. How dare.
How dare.
Anyways, today we're talking about Trisha Paytas.
Okay, so Amberlynn Reed is kind of my niche.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Niche? Oh, niche.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
babe.
Lord.
Don't
Say that. I feel like I'm being targeted by an MLM, baby. Ooh.
But Trisha Paytas is like, I think on some weird level, she's like everyone's spirit animal.
Yeah.
But you are the Trisha Paytas girl.
Obsessed with her when I was a kid. I wanted to be her when I was a kid.
I mean, nowadays, who doesn't want to be her? Like, she has rhinestone everything, money everything, and is living her best life, being able to be fat and happy. And I'm just kind of like, I think every girl wants that.
Yeah.
To be able to be like, oh, you're so beautiful, and you're kind of chunky, and you have a whole bunch of money, and you can eat whatever you want with like, no one judging you.
If I'm not mistaken,
what girl doesn't want that?
I think she just married this guy, but I'm not sure. As I don't keep track of her that often.
With YouTube stuff, I never know what's real and what's not, because almost everything could just be for the clicks and the views. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Nick Ocado and Orlin have gotten married how many times on their channel?
There was something that happened with her a while ago where I stopped following her.
I remember, what scandals hasn't she had?
Oh, the one scandal.
Was it the mental health scandal?
No, it was
Was it the gender scandal?
No, it was the one where she tried to say that she had dissociative identity disorder, and then
DID.
And then she started going for dissociated, and I love dissociated so much. I was gonna battle.
Weirdly enough, like I didn't think many other people watched Dissociated.
Everyone
watched
her. I love her so much.
Honestly, yeah. And you know, mental health is one of those interesting things, and I've always found myself to be so interested in like DID, which used to be multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting that the human brain can fragment in that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
if I listen, guess what? If I was 2 years younger than when the time I went through my trauma, I could have had it. Because it's younger than age 7.
I was gonna say that's normally when it starts. I don't think there's any like specific parameter, but I think it's like when you're in between there, like your mind is more likely to fragment that way. And as I said, like there are times that I go back and forth where I'm like, oh, this is totally legitimate, and there are other people that you look at who say, oh, I have it, like Trisha Paytas, and you're just like, no, and I don't appreciate you making fun of what's a very real trauma disorder.
Coming for someone who is actually giving informational content.
Yeah.
And, ooh, that made me mad.
Yeah.
I think that's why I stopped following her. But, remember Do Dogs Have Brains? Or covering myself in 100 layers of cum.
Yep.
Oh, my Lord.
And then, I mean, you remember that whole thing where she did, what was it? She was, like, introducing her new boyfriend, but it was just, like, a cardboard cutout or something.
When she
iconic.
married the cardboard cutout of Brad Pitt.
That is iconic. I mean, she's an entertaining person.
Listen, her music is not that bad.
Weirdly enough, I mean, it's just not something that I would ever listen to, and I wouldn't call it good, but ultimately it's also not that bad. I saw her cover of, was it Dead Mom that she did? No, it was Say My Name from Beetlejuice, the musical. Production value and everything really good.
Yeah.
Singing actually really good.
She knows how to put up a pretty good music video.
And I was like, God damn, like she does have talent.
And the I Love You Jesus moment was a moment. It was a moment.
Iconic.
It was a moment.
Love it. We love you, Jesus.
Have you seen that one YouTube video where it's I love you, Jesus, but every time she says I love you, Jesus, it's a clip of her sinning? I love that video. That video like brightens my day every time I see it. I mean, she was not the most child-friendly person to watch when I was a kid.
I don't think she's ever been considered child-friendly.
Well, I would like make a fake like YouTube account before I was 18 to watch her like sex toy reviews.
Oh yeah, just because you couldn't access that content with a minor channel. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, why did I want to be her growing up? Because I was horrifically abused, and because I was in like a trophy wife stage. I was like,
you definitely
I had that.
You went through that entire phase where I remember I kept looking at you and I was like, are you sure you don't want to? And you're like, no, I just want to have like 9 kids and I want him to go to work and I will stay on like the farmstead with the kids. And I was like, Oh, God. Okay. All right.
I had trophy wife stage, and then I had, like, super religious stage, but, like...
your Sunday school stage?
Yeah. My Trisha Paytas stage was...
Was that so before? Big. That was before your drag stage, right? Because I think that was like ramping up into it, where it was like that iconic sort of like way overblown femininity and like glitter everything, and then came the drag phase for you.
Yeah, I remember like even now. I remember just like maybe it's because I'm gay.
Yeah,
blonde girl.
Aaliyah's having a moment, you guys. Like, her eyes are, like, super big, and she's just having this realization of, oh, my God, my sexual awakening was even earlier than I thought it was.
Not Trisha Paytas!
Not Trisha Paytas! Can't say she was my sexual awakening, but you can't choose who your body loves.
Oh, my God. I mean...
You have always had a thing for blonde girls.
I was sitting here, and I was going to say, like, I always liked all her outfits.
Are you sure you liked her outfits?
God.
Sure,
maybe I just liked her.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
We love you, Jesus.
I mean, sometimes she has a brain.
But do dogs have brains?
Stop.
I mean, what... There are many things to dislike about her.
She's just...
But there are also many things to kind of weirdly like about her. For example, one of my favorite things about her is her morning routine videos compared to every other goddamn YouTuber. Every other YouTuber is like, I wake up and I spend like 5 minutes and I burn some like incense and then I do some yoga and I have some like no fat soy latte bean crap and then I like journal a whole bunch. And she's just like, I get up and I like check social media and then like maybe I'll roll over once or twice and then like I get up and I make a huge breakfast and then like there's glitter all over my coffee. Her Keurig.
The sparkly everything. Oh, those were like back in the day when she was still in her apartment. I think she has a house now.
Seeing her cook that one episode where she was like taking, what was it, biscuits or something? And she just was just like trying to make them, and she's like slapping them onto the freaking tray. And I'm like,
you want to hear something that kind of made me have a revelation just now? So we know that Amberlynn Reid is 30.
That still weirds me out because she acts like a toddler, but
Trisha is 32. Isn't that weird? That's so weird to me. I don't know why. It's just like my brain's dinging.
It's
my brain's dinging.
You know, you have to really stop and consider how long are their prospective careers. And that might be part of the reason that so many of them start to go off the rails. I don't know if it's because they've been overexposed to the internet for too long, if they are desperate not to let their 5 minutes of fame go, or, like, do you know what I mean? Like, in almost every other profession, you can continue going as you get older.
Yeah.
Even a lot of actors and stuff can grow into those roles, but it's almost like, in a weird way, when you're an internet personality... You're kind of like put into this box and it's like, this is what you are. You can't mature out of that box, I don't think. Yeah. Can you see Trisha Paytas doing mature sit down? And I don't mean mature in that way, thank you. But mature,
she does mature content.
Not that kind of mature content. But like a mature sit down video talking about something like relevant.
I can see it happening one day, but I just don't think that it is.
Not without her sitting on the floor crying at some point.
It is her avenue of expertise. You know what I mean?
And this is the thing, is that if they're going to stay relevant, they kind of have to keep going with that. And unfortunately, it's one of those things, as they start to fade from public view, they have to find a way to ramp it back up and bring it back in. And that means, you know, going back to the old formula, which means stirring up trouble.
I remember there was this one TikTok that went viral of hers. It was her, well, all of her TikToks are so cringy, and I kind of love it, but I kind of hate it. But there's...
Sorry, not sorry. Most of the 30-year-old influencers on YouTube transferring over to TikTok is so cringy.
Yeah.
Oh, so cringy. All of them.
But there was this one TikTok she posted where she was like in an Egyptian costume, lip-syncing to this weird King Tut song, and the caption was, "Prob's offensive, but oh well." And it went viral, and I remember just kind of laughing at it so much, and everyone was comments was just like, I get it. It was funny. I mean, sometimes I have respect for her. Sometimes I don't.
Ultimately, I think the most important thing to remember is that these people are smart. They act dumb, but they are very smart. They made their money. They know what gets them the views. They know what gets them the clicks. And they capitalize on that. Who's really the stupid one here? The person laughing on the pile of money or the person clicking on their video going, oh, you're stupid?
Yeah.
You clicked on the video. You have to know their video was monetized. You literally just gave them AdSense revenue. You literally just paid them to be stupid.
I think she has so much.
I wish someone would pay me to be stupid. I would be a millionaire by now.
You
would be a billionaire by now.
I know. I think that she's just received every single kind of hate you can, so nothing phases her.
She's also received a lot of other things, but we're not going to talk about that.
You're right. Okay, let's take a break.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. You're old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
Welcome back to Trisha Paytas.
And this is why I said you'd be a billionaire if you were given money every time you were stupid.
If I had a nickel every time I lost a fucking brain cell, I'd be rich.
I don't think you have any brain cells left.
No.
I think you've capitalized on that. You have nothing to show for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think back in the day, I'm really analyzing myself and thinking, why did I...
Well, that's dangerous.
Why did I like Trisha Paytas so much? Well, Trisha Paytas did have her moment in a couple music videos.
Yep.
She did have her moment.
Yep.
And I don't know. When I was younger, I, romanticized being a stripper.
Yeah, you definitely did for a little while. I remember that phase. And I was like, your mom's going to kill me. I'm your dance teacher. Well, please don't let her think that I taught you that.
Well, my mom can get down.
Your mom can get jiggy with it.
My mom can. But I don't know. I'm just thinking, and I'm like, maybe that was what it was. I mean, for some of her cringy things, I don't believe she deserves so much hate for some of it. Her speed talking in the right beginning. Maybe the rapping, yeah. But there was, a phase where she went on America's Got Talent and she speed read. She's pretty good at it.
She is, actually. She does have talent.
Fast as all hell. But I
think it's one of those weird things, even more... If you're a movie star, you will be loved, and sure, you'll have some haters out there. Every famous person does.
Yeah.
But I feel like, weirdly enough, when you are an internet personality specifically, you will receive so much more hate than anything I could conceive of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so odd to me, but I guess that's the price of internet fame.
Yeah, I mean...
Internet, that's where the trolls live. What do you expect? As long as the trolls pay the toll... You're the winner in the end.
Her trolling, high level.
Oh, yeah.
She's an original troll.
Oh, she is. She absolutely, she set the bar.
She set the bar.
She set the bar, and she is the one that so many others try desperately to
follow.
I
remember back when she was still, really, really trolling, and she did, her I Love You Mitt Romney video or whatever.
Yeah.
And, these ones are still, taken down, I think. They're not still up.
No.
But I remember that hate passion, but then laughing, cause it's just so. How do you call it? It's so.
I like the sounds you're making.
False reality. I like my sounds I make too.
Oh.
No.
What? I remember watching one or two of her videos and remember sitting there thinking, not for me.
Yeah.
When I was much younger. What was it that actually started getting her really popular? When did she, because we all know now, she's a huge internet celebrity.
Yeah.
When did she actually become, relevant?
When she went on Big Brother Canada, that was the drop, kind of the start of the drop down. She had another spurt of fame, I believe, when she was on, that thing with David Dobrik, and she was dating Jason. You probably don't know a lot about that at all.
No,
I know about that.
No.
I only know a little bit about that. But when she started getting really famous, I mean...
Was it the mukbangs? Was it the trolling?
No, it was before that.
I think it was more... Because I know, before, very NSFW, she still does that stuff, but I think before she was even, whoa.
Well, there was, a very original apartment that she had that I distinctly remember when she was fully obsessed with pink, and she had designer purses and stuff like that, and I think maybe
she must have already had the money for all of that, so obviously she got the money from somewhere.
Yeah, I think she was still dancing at the time, because she was an escort for a little while.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure. But, she would talk about that. I remember one of her first videos I saw was one of her confessions of a stripper video. Though that's an old one.
I was gonna say that was one of the first ones that I saw, and that's when I was like, not for me.
Yeah. Well, you're posh.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm a stripper. Not in real life. Only in my head.
That's fair.
In my head.
Oh my God.
I see you. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's kind of when she started. I mean, there was that whole like pink phase that she had.
You mean she's not still in her pink phase?
No.
I've seen compilation videos and I don't know how I cannot believe you.
Usually that's like years ago.
Really?
Yeah, she has like a whole house now with a dog and an almost husband.
I don't know why. I just picture everything being pink.
She does more like mukbangy stuff now.
I've definitely seen a lot of that. You know what I mean? Like, I think everyone wishes for those cheat days.
Yeah.
Especially as someone with an eating disorder, I'm just kind of like, oh, I wish my mental state would never let me.
I think what gets me is like the sugary stuff always, like the cupcakes and.
Oh, it's the freaking Italian food for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
and pasta.
Italian food. Oh,
yeah.
pasta.
Yeah.
Oh, I love pasta.
I know you do.
I never allow myself to eat pasta. I don't know why Lyle Reed started coming out. Y'all.
What shade haven't we tried yet?
Therapy.
Exactly. But yeah. I mean, I think right now she's more comfortable with her avenue of supporters.
What is she even up to these days? She is engaged.
Engaged to that guy. I think she does like house tours and all of that. Let me check.
I mean, his name is what? Moses?
They got engaged.
Figures that I love you, Jesus, and she marries a guy named Moses. Yeah. I don't know why, but I kind of find that funny.
Right now, it's a lot of stuff about her new house.
I'm not surprised. I mean, that's pretty big for her, right?
Yeah. And she has, she got her house, like, probably a couple weeks ago, a month-ish ago. More sex toy reviews. And she does a lot of, like, slapping other people, obviously.
She does a lot of, like, those, they're not cancel videos necessarily, but, you know, like
exposure
videos. Yeah. That's what they are. I've never been a big person for cancel culture or, like, the exposing videos. Because we've seen Nick Avocado expose people. We saw Shane Dawson exposed. We saw Onision exposed. We've seen, like, all this sort of stuff. I'm not a big fan of the exposing stuff.
That isn't, like, the kind of drama I like.
No, I'm just kind of like, you don't have to, like, completely and utterly. I mean, yeah, some of the things that some of these people have done is, like, horrific. But ultimately, I'm still very much of the mind where I'm like, that doesn't need, like, exposing videos don't need to be a thing.
Are her music videos and her parodies and when she tries to be...
Oh, when she did the Panic at the Disco. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sad Boy 2005.
Yep. Oh, God.
I mean, to have that amount of passion...
You gotta love what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta love what you do.
I appreciate that. She does put work into, like, you know, her little characters.
You know what? This is the one thing that I can say. Yeah. When it comes to Trisha Paytas, I would actually say her quality is somewhat higher than a lot of the other people. Take Amberlynn Reid, for example.
Yeah.
Amberlynn does goddamn nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. Trisha is, at least she does stuff.
She posts pretty often. She posts pretty often.
Yeah, and that's why it's just kind of like,
Suddenly Seymour starring Trisha Paytas as all the parts. I gotta watch that later. Like, sometimes it's
she does so well with that sort of stuff.
Like, she's not afraid to be made fun of.
No, and
that's something I respect.
I think that's almost the way you have to approach the internet, because you know you're gonna get hate. You know that you're gonna get people making fun of you. You know all of that sort of stuff. Like, you know, even for me, I can be a somewhat insecure person, and because I am the way I am, I have already come up with rebuttals to a lot of stuff. I am well and fully prepared for people to be like, head. Your nose is big. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, your teeth are crooked. Yeah, they kind of are. I mean, if you want to pay for my braces, you can stop making fun of me. If you're not going to pay for my braces, though, then get out of here.
Exactly.
Do you know, like, I've already mentally prepared myself for that stuff. I don't understand when some of these famous people are like, I wasn't prepared for this. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know what you're getting into. This is the internet. Stop.
I mean, I do feel for them sometimes when, like, their address gets leaked and they get strange packages sent to their house.
The paparazzi. And, like, you know, I have taken a stand before where I have said, there are some people who say, oh, if you're famous, that's kind of your lifestyle. And I'm like, no, when you're famous, you get paid to be in a movie. You get paid to do a TV show. You get paid to be a model. You don't get paid to be stalked.
No.
You don't get paid to stop and take photos with every single person. It's like, oh, I pay your bills. No. The production company paid their bills. You paid for a movie ticket to go and see the movie. You didn't pay them. They owe you nothing. So I have always been a huge person for leave them the hell alone. And then you see horrific stuff like Lady Gaga's dogs just got kidnapped or something like that. Like, I look at
they're returned now, though. Her dog walker got shot, though.
Yeah, and that's what I mean is I'm like, there are so many crazy people out there, and my heart does go out to famous people in some ways because I'm like, you shouldn't have to deal with that. That's not what you're getting paid for. You are being paid to make content.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid for your own time. You are not getting paid, as I said, like, and then you've got the paparazzi constantly like, oh, did you see so-and-so gain weight? Oh, did you see so-and-so out without makeup? And I'm like, for God's sake, leave them alone.
Yeah. I was never, like, a paparazzi fan person, you know what I mean?
And, you know, it's kind of one of those things where I'm kind of like, I think you know that that's kind of what you're getting into, but ultimately it's still not fair that you have to deal with that. And that's where I struggle with that. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm kind of like, the level of hate that Trisha gets on some things is like, it's unacceptable. And I'm like, there's no reason for some of the comments. But ultimately, at the same time, I'm kind of like, listen, when you're an internet creator, you are literally, they are kind of paying your bills because them watching your content is giving you the AdSense. So their watching is paying your bills. So I'm kind of like,
what I kind of think is like, you know, hate comments, fine. Hate videos, fine.
Here's the thing that I love the most. Hate videos generate people hearing your name.
Yeah.
Because other people that may have never been exposed to you before are now exposed to you, and they're going to go and check out your stuff. You comment on a video, even if you leave a hate comment.
It's still a comment. It's engagement.
It's still a comment. It's engagement. You leave a dislike, guess what? YouTube's algorithm doesn't care.
Yeah.
They don't look at videos that way where it's like, oh, like to dislike ratio, oh, majority of people don't like it, we're going to not push this video. They go, hey, look, engagement. This is making people feel enough to click on the video and stay on the video long enough to either like or dislike this content.
Yeah.
Push the video to the masses.
Yeah.
Which is why I always find it so stupid where people like go on Amber Lynn's channel and they're like, oh, I'm just here to leave a comment and a dislike so that you know how much I hate you. And I'm like, you do realize that you are literally helping her by pushing the algorithm, right?
I think that the hate gets out of control when it starts affecting your physical life.
And yet at the same time, I will also be one of the first people to say that you can filter comments.
Yeah, of course.
What I'm never okay with is the people that dox, the people that go out of their way to stalk some of you and be like, oh, I know what apartment you live in, I know what complex you're in, I know where your house is, and it's like,
that's creepy.
My God, stop.
Yeah.
Not okay.
Yeah.
At that point, like, I'm going undercover, I'm dyeing my hair, I'm changing my name, I'm just like, sorry, a famous life is not for me anymore, goodbye. Like, I'm sure I'm sure there are several of you out there listening that would love to dox me for some of my opinions, but that's okay. I'm not famous enough to get doxed yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm just waiting for someone one day, if we ever do make it to, like, D-list celebrities. Far away dream, I know. But there will eventually be people who bring up these old videos and they're like, do you remember her opinion from this video all the way back in, like, 2020? And I'm just going to be like, haha, I did say that one time, didn't I? Oops. Well, there goes my fame. There goes my money. Oh, no. Oh, no. But, I mean, ultimately, it's kind of one of those things where I think people change. I think people grow. I think people bring up old stuff and they're like, hey, do you remember this opinion you had years and years and years ago? And it's kind of like, okay, people can grow, people can change. So, sorry. I've grown as a person. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
But ultimately, as I said, I don't think anything condones the amount of hate. Yeah. She's weirdly entertaining. I mean, am I going to say to go and watch her? No, absolutely not. Don't feed the trolls, please.
There's some things she needs to apologize for. But,
absolutely.
You know, she's going to keep doing what she's doing, no matter what we say.
And you know what? I can appreciate a businesswoman hustle. Yes, I can appreciate that. Get them, girl.
Well, anyways, find us on all our social medias, please. We beg of you. And
feel free to stalk us, because it might be the only way we get any exposure at all.
And we'll see you next time for Take a Gay by Gay Guys.
Bye.